Hey everybody, Seth Campbell here with the new Segue Says podcast. At long last, I'm sorry I've been gone for so long, but as I mentioned in the last video, I've been moving. It's been crazy. As you can see, I'm in a brand new location and there's still lots of moving work to do. Don't know if I'm going to continue using this placement setup for the camera. I'm just sort of getting a feel for the place still. But it's been so long since we've had a podcast that I really just wanted to do one and get back to all my loyal and faithful viewers out there. So this week we're going to do two songs, two very weird songs, sort of. One's very weird, one's a little less weird, from the 80s. One from the beginning, one from the end. The first song is Working for the Weekend by a Canadian band called Loverboy. Came out in 1981, was a huge hit. And then the second song is a Grateful Dead song called Picasso Moon. It's on their last studio album, Built to Last, from 1989. So bookending the 80s. And it's a very obscure track, but I personally like it. So once again, we're blending a hit with an obscurity. And these two songs have very little in common except for the fact that basically every section has a different tonal center than other sections in the song, so it's almost in a different key for all intents and purposes in any given section. And the rhythmic timing of certain riffs between the two is remarkably similar, if not 100% identical. So, we're going to take a quick look at both of these songs. Now, Working for the Weekend starts basically just like a power chord B5 for the riff, but then the verse is just in a B major, the chorus is in D major, the I guess post-chorus, it's kind of a strange format, is back to the B power chord, and then there's a little interlude in G, and that's just the first song, and that's Once Through the Form. So if you followed that, good for you. If not, let's do Once Through the Form. It's a little demonstration. And if you listen to like classic rock, classic rewind radio stations like that, you'll probably have heard this because it was a big hit and maintains and has maintained, been a mainstay, I guess is what I'm trying to say, of the 80s sound. It really kind of ushered that in. So this is Working for the Weekend by Loverboy. Everyone's watching to see what you will do. Everyone's looking at you. Everyone's wondering, will you come out tonight? Everyone's trying to get it right, get it right. Everybody's working for the weekend. Everybody wants a new romance. Everybody's going off the deep end. Everybody needs a second chance. You want a piece of my heart? You better start from the start. You wanna be in the show? Come on, baby, let's go! Then it goes to the next verse. So, as you can see, we're dealing with crazy territory musically. Now, Picasso Moon, even weirder. The original recording on the studio album Built to Last is noticeably slower than Working for the Weekend is. Not extremely slower, but noticeably. But I think it works just as well, played a little faster. And there's only one official live recording that's been released of Picasso Moon, which is rare by Grateful Dead standards, seeing as all of the literally over 100 retrospective live releases that they've done. There's only one, and it's on a live album called Nightfall of Diamonds. And they played a little faster there, and I'm speeding it up a little more than that for the purposes of this segue. But it really doesn't change anything about the song. In fact, I think it adds to the intensity. It's one sung by Bob Weir, and it doesn't make any sense. But it really doesn't matter because Bob Weir really sells it. He really sings his heart out on this song. In fact, there's a book on one of my shelves over there called The American Book of the Dead. And what it says about this song, and I can't remember the exact quote, it's really good. Something like, Bob Weir delivers this song with an intensity as if his very life depends on each word. Something like that. And I think it's the best description available. Now, musically, the verses are in F sharp minor, or centered F sharp, basically just 5, a power chord. Then the pre-chorus is B dominant. Then the chorus is E Lydian, and then C sharp. If that makes any sense at all. It probably doesn't. This song doesn't make sense at all. But it's still, I think, a really cool, deep cut, very little known track from the final studio album the Grateful Dead ever released. The ironically titled Built to Last, but that's another story. And it goes like this. And the original has, I just want to mention this because this is a fun little thing I do when performing this song. The original has, after every turnaround phrase in the riff, there's like a castanet percussion. It sounds like a crank being turned almost. And I think it's sort of an integral part of the song, but there's no way to replicate it on the piano, so I do my best to replicate it with my voice. It sounds weird, but it's a weird song. So, that's what you're about to hear.
Southern market in the land of ruin, your final manner of action. Got your tinsel tigers in their metal rooms, stalking satisfaction. They got a package up full of love and money. Got 2 tots, chrome spiked bunnies. Pop on my mirror shades, better to see. Roll in it, gotta roll in it, honey, but I get a feeling like when big things come alive, like the crash before the thunder, like I'm really out of high. Here comes my metal angel, she looks ready to ride. What's that she's trying to show me? What's that she's trying to show me? Picasso moon, chattering light, diamond bullets ripping up the night. Picasso moon, life's infinite diversity, great amazing majesty, and it's bigger than a driving movie, bigger than a driving movie.
Like I said, very bizarre. So, that's Picasso Moon. Now, the thing you would immediately notice about both is that every section really stands on its own because they're all centered in different places and they're very musically different. But there's something else that's a similarity between the two, and you may have caught it, and it's the turnaround riff. The rhythm isn't exactly the same, but it's really close. Now, in Working for the Weekend, it's during this B power chord section. What I'm doing on the right hand is basically just the 5, flat 5, and the 3, or the 4. So it's either 5 sharp 4 4 if you want to think of it like a Lydian. And then there's this turnaround 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it goes right back to the 1 in the home key of B. And the notes are E, F, F sharp, A, E, F, F sharp. And in Picasso Moon, in the verse and the riff and turn around, you have this. And that's C, B, A, or C sharp, excuse me, C sharp, B, A, B, A, E, F sharp, although the E is often just sort of implied or ghosted. And it's really just kind of that same place. Coming to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And the basically there's one fewer notes in the Picasso Moon because the one beat is anticipated. So as opposed to that's, you know, if you wanted to throw an extra note, then it would be exactly the same as. But they start in the same place and they function the same way. It's a turnaround to really smack you back down in the home key. And because they're so similar and they're in not entirely dissimilar scales, in addition to the very similar timing, what you can do is basically just replace one with the other. And this is a very sudden segue. In my opinion, it really only works one way, and that's by doing Everybody's Working for the Weekend first, and then going into Picasso Moon, and it's very sudden. And so basically, like I said, you just replace with, and here's how that would work, is coming out of the last, you wanna be in the show, come on baby, let's go!
Southern market in the land of ruin.
Very sudden. In fact, I played this, when I first came up with this segue, I played it for my dad, who knows both songs really well. And until I started singing Picasso Moon, he didn't actually notice that it was a new song, because rhythmically, they're so locked in with each other. And because, you know, with Working for the Weekend, you're already jumping in between all these different keys, so all of a sudden you're in this sort of F sharp minor. Who's to say that's not still part of Working for the Weekend? Because it's such a crazy song harmonically anyway. And so that is just a really fun, sudden segue. It's one of those sort of sucker punch pivots where the audience, you know, all of a sudden their head's spinning. Whoa, what did he do? How did we get here? And it's just a fun one with two harmonically complex songs, one really famous, one not so much. So it combines a lot of the things that we've talked about with segues before and that I like about doing segues. So hopefully you've enjoyed watching this, hopefully you've learned something, and hopefully now that I'm more settled into my new home here, we can get back to doing these episodes on a regular basis. I really want to. I haven't forgotten. It's more than, it's not just like, oh, I put these on the back burner. It's that things have been crazy. But things are settling down, and a lot of great things are coming together, and a lot of projects are coming together, and I'm just really happy about where things are. So I'm hoping I can finally get back to this. And you'll probably notice me trying a few different camera angles and lighting setups in this new place, just while I figure it out. So hopefully you'll bear with me in that regard. But with any luck, the quality of segues won't suffer at all. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you, I don't want to say next week because I'm not sure. I will see you as soon as possible. Don't forget, you can check out a Segue Sampler episode for just the brief spots of music for this and all future episodes. See you next time.